Welcome to week 2 of September. In case you missed last week, theme is I want to be organized and I'm impatient. So I realized that acrylic paint dries quickly, and once it dries, there's nothing you could do with it. And if there's nothing I hate more, it is wasting art supplies. So I put up a second piece next to this to try and use up the colors while I was waiting for them to dry. I realized that after I left some in a paint palette overnight and I came back and they were still wet, I was like, oh, I really don't need to be too worried about this. But I also hate waiting for things to dry. So I figured while I wait for this thing to dry, I would go ahead and paint something else. Now mind you, with the edits, it doesn't show the countless hours I scrolled through Instagram and the things I did other than painting while waiting for this to dry. But that's the life of an artist, y'all. I really don't have much to say about this painting other than I used like folk art acrylic paint from the dollar section, like those things that are like $1 at Michael's, because I really liked the color and I liked that I didn't feel like I was wasting paint. The neighbor is walking her dog and it's the cutest dog in the world. He's a little baby. Little baby. He just wants to go. Why is she? Oh, no. Oh, please don't let him poop. Oh, I don't want to see that. No. So with this painting, like, I just kept layering it on because honestly, I didn't really mind that much. Eventually I decided to take a break and go into the next painting. I don't know why, but I'm really hooked on this light purple, like these pastels lately, like muted gray tone-ish pastels with really bright, vibrant colors. So much so that I took over that purple into the other piece and was like, yeah, let me use it up and put it in this river to reflect the sky. But, you know, spoiler alert, I'm gonna paint over it. Ooh. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite things. It's when I add the texture of the clouds and you just whoop, shroop, bloop. And to anyone wondering, yes, that is the exact sound effect that goes on in my head every time I load up my paintbrush and just drag it along. Like, how can you not love those textures? Oh, have I mentioned art is cool? Like, paint, so cool. So cool. What do you think? I am in a new studio. It's great. It's a little smaller than my other one, so things are a little bit more compact, but that also means things are more in reach. I haven't been able to kind of sit down and paint like this for a few weeks now, and it's definitely been draining. I feel like the more creative you are, the more you move forward with your creativity. Like, it's just kind of the momentum. So to have that abrupt stop where I had to pack up all my materials, move them over here, and then move in was really jarring. So I'm trying to get back into that routine while also job searching and unpacking. So I'm a little out of routine, which is very no bueno for me. I love a good routine. I love a good plan. I know some artists plan out ahead of time what they want to paint. They do sketches, they do studies. Right now, I am not one of those artists. I jump in because if I plan too much, I get bored and then don't have a product to show. So I'd rather just jump in, try stuff out, and paint over everything. Because why not? Why not? It's art. It's not that serious. Which is why, as you can see, my paintings have taken many turns over this past few clips. This one I just found really satisfying because the cream I'm using is a little bit less than opaque. So I have to do a few layers and I'm just like, whoo-hoo! Look at me making decisions about my artwork and choices. Usually I don't think too much about art and what I'm making. Like, it just is a go with the flow kind of process. But I think because I jumped in on this one, put something down, then I had something to work with. My brother told me something along the lines of, your brain is meant for thinking, not really for processing. Along the lines of that. Basically, he's like, you need to put things down on paper because your brain is not meant to hold all these things. And that applies to art too. My brain is not meant to hold all these ideas in its head, in my head. So if I put them down on paper, then I have something to work with. It's always better to have something to work with and then make choices based around that versus this hypothetical idea in your head. Things always seem a lot scarier when they're in your head because they're not there in front of you. And that's been super motivational, so thanks, broski.